All right, Sig internal. This is a slide mechanism. Not a real big fan of this. This is your firing pin plunger safety mechanism. Allows the firing pin to go forward, so that piece has to be depressed. One of the things that I'm noticing on the trigger mechanisms is, one, there's a lot of wiggle right here. Like, the tolerances on this piece, too wide, too much wiggle. I don't like that. Not good. Also, this piece right here, which is going to be depressing that plunger safety, there's a lot of wear on my pistol, and this one only has about 5,000 rounds through it. The other thing too, it's fucking super hard to see on this video, is that this is curved on the inside, right on this side of the pistol. Not a big fan. But what you guys can see too is there's a lot of grime in there, right? See all the grime and dirt and shit in there? I have a feeling that the grime is contributing to shit getting locked up in here. People are probably over oiling their pistol. Also, just so you guys know, every trigger press that you get with a Sig wears your trigger out. How do I know? Because I had about maybe a total of 10,000 trigger presses with dry fire and live fire and competition with this pistol before I had this spring right here fucking broke on me. This one. I have not done the trigger upgrade. I just took it into PTAC. They replaced the spring for me, and it was good to go. But it snapped right here on the edge, right there. I actually, no, I think PTAC actually might have it. I can look and see. Usually I keep all of my parts, just so I can, when I talk about stuff like this, I can show you guys what happened. But I am not a fan of this pistol. This is my home gun. So if I'm gonna shoot somebody in the house, it's gonna be with this one, because the cops are gonna take it and they can fucking take this one. I don't care. So anyways, those are my thoughts on the trigger. More to come on this. I'm gonna take the whole fucking trigger out and take it apart. I'll take out the internals and take it apart and show you guys what I think. Ben Steggers commented on this a couple times about, or sharing posts with people about, he had a locksmith comment on it, and I 100% completely agree with the locksmith. It is held together with tiny springs, shims, and fucking hopes and dreams. You get any kind of wear in any of your notches, and those hopes and dreams now become nightmares. And we're seeing that today. So don't buy a 320, don't buy an M18. If you're in the military, I know the military guys are still running these. Don't carry one in the chamber. I'm sure your chain of command has talked to you guys about that. If you're law enforcement and you're still carrying this, don't fucking put one in the chamber until you're ready to use it. Even then, I'm hesitant about law enforcement officers potentially having an ND while this thing is in their hand and their fingers on the frame. That's like my ultimate fear, is that a law enforcement officer is going to be pointing their gun at a bad guy and their gun's just going to go off. And then that person is going to be responsible for that negligent discharge. The other thing, I know for sure that 99% of the people who have had a negligent discharge did not have ND insurance. So if you're just absolutely just don't fucking believe any of the SIG stuff that's going on, you need to get negligent discharge insurance, and US Law Shield has that. There's a link in my bio if you're interested in carrying ND insurance. It's attached to my policy, but anyways, if you're gonna fucking carry one of these guns, get your ND insurance. Yeah, the trigger sucks. The gun itself feels pretty good in my hand, but the whole reason I actually went away from this gun was the trigger mechanism. I was outrunning the trigger and it was holding me back in competition. The reset, triggers don't freeze. I fucking hate the term trigger freeze. Triggers don't freeze, fingers freeze, right? Not having a defined reset for me was very, very, very difficult. My bandwidth is spread so far out that I needed a trigger that had a more defined reset. That's why I went back to the Glock style trigger. Anyways, all right, that's it. Okay, bye.